Howdy folks, welcome back to Melanson Creek Farm, and today we are in our grow room. Now, sometimes when I tell folks I have a grow room in my home, I kind of have to clarify that because they think it's something that it isn't. So I have to tell them, no, these are my seed starts for my garden. So haven't been in here yet this year with any videos. I use the same process as I did before. I seed block everything, and I use these 10 by 15 or so trays. I don't like the 10 by 20s. They're just not suitable for what I want to use them for. But we are on about week 6 with these seed starts, and I've already up potted my San Marzano tomatoes, and they're taking their time growing this year. We've still got about another week and a half, 2 weeks or so before we're planting dates that we've got set for these. So hopefully they'll come on here shortly. I'm going to take them out today, start getting them acclimated to the outside, plus I want to feed them. I'll show you that here in just a little bit with our fish emulsion that we use for a organic fertilizer. But just wanted to bring you a video today showing the seed starts. These are our sweet yellow onions that we planted by seed. This is the first time I've ever done onions by seed. I usually do seed starts. So interested to see how these will turn out. They're not looking all that great, but we planted a bunch of different types of peppers this year. We have California Wonders, Jimmy Nardello, Marconi Rossi, and then a bell mix, and our shishitos. We really love the shishitos. And then we went with poblanos and jalapenos. And you can see they're really slow getting started too. So we want to give them a good feeding today too. Planted 2 different types of basil this year. Basil and holy basil. These are primarily for pollinators. Their blooms are very prolific, and we're looking to bring some pollinators in with the blooms of these. And then over here are rosemary, thyme, and oregano, which is not doing all that great. Didn't do very well with that. So one of the things that we changed this year in our seed starting mix is over here on this side. This is our other grow shelf, but I've just kept all of our supplies over here. Is we went with this as our main media for seed starting, cocoa coir. Last year we did peat moss, which done really good, but as you know, peat moss is there's only so much of it out there, and we want to try to be more sustainable with what we use. So cocoa coir is basically just the husk from coconuts, and it comes in this block right here. Let's see if I can get this open here and show you. That's why I have a saw and a hammer and a screwdriver, because I'm telling you what, this stuff is hard to break apart. But you can see it there. It comes really compacted, and we just broke apart some of it. We put it in our seed starting container right here, and then you add some water to it and it'll start to expand. So you just keep adding water to it until it gets that right consistency. And then also our vermiculite that we use, and our perlite, which is a 6-part cocoa coir, and then 2-part perlite and 1-part vermiculite. That's our seed starting mix. All right, so we're out here. We're going to fertilize our tomatoes and our peppers. I got some other strawberries and onions and some other flowers here that recently purchased that I got out here. Enjoying the nice sunlight that we have today. What we use here is fish fertilizer, fish emulsion. It's 511 as far as NPKs, and it's recommended 2 tablespoons, about 25 square feet of soil. What I use when my seedlings are just started to form their true leaves, it's usually within the first 2 weeks to 3 weeks is when I first fertilize. I haven't done that yet.
And one of the reasons is it's just taking these seedlings a little bit longer to come along, and I didn't want to stress them out and apply the fertilizer too early. So like I said, this is about 6 weeks in, and we're going to do our first fertilizing. And what I usually do is, this is a tablespoon, and even though it recommends 2, I usually do about 1 tablespoon for a gallon. Now this is about a half a gallon pitcher that I use, so I'm going to take about half of a tablespoon to this half gallon here. Well, first thing you need to do, shake this stuff up really good. And if you got a weak stomach, I would recommend you try something different, because this has got a very strong odor. I'll just say that. That's about a half a teaspoon. Excuse me, tablespoon. Let me turn this on mist so I don't make a big mess. I'm still bottom watering these. Try not to make a mess. And this ain't quite level, everything's running that way, so I usually just fill up the bottom tray to where it's all saturated. And we'll see how these tomatoes respond to this first fertilizing. Also, I'm gonna do the onions and the peppers while I'm out here. Now, one of the most significant differences between cocoa coir and peat moss is how well they hold up. You can see the integrity of the seed blocks deteriorates fairly easy, especially when you're watering it with this cocoa coir. The seed blocks don't hold their form as well with the cocoa coir as they did with the peat moss. Now, that may be because maybe originally when I soaked the cocoa coir in water to bust up the block, maybe I didn't get it wet enough, but maybe not. I'm not sure. I've not done a lot of research into that, but that is one of the significant differences between the peat moss and the cocoa coir that I've noticed when using seed blocks. But nevertheless, the cocoa coir is more sustainable than the peat moss, so we're going to continue to use it. We're just going to tweak our method maybe incorporate some more organic material into our seed starting mix. But just wanted to bring you a quick video today showing you the first fertilizing of our seedlings, week 6. While I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and fertilize these strawberries while I've still got a little bit of mixture left. I believe that one's gone, and this one back here, it's still got a little green in the crown, so it might make it. Still being very careful. I don't want to expose any of the leaf material to the mixture. I don't want to burn the leaves. This one here is looking really healthy. All right, folks, that'll do it for this one. I appreciate you joining us here as we're starting our first fertilizing of our seed starts. Could have been a little earlier, but they just had such a hard time getting started. We waited till about 6 weeks until they looked pretty good and established before we come in with our first fertilizer. We didn't really want to burn them up by doing it too early. But this fish fertilizer, fish emulsion, if you choose to use that, I mean, you can continue to use it once you've transplanted them out into your garden. The dosage will be more, the mixture. Instead of it being like a half a teaspoon, you're probably going to use 2 teaspoons per gallon, but make sure you read the instructions. You'll always go by the instructions on the label there. These other flowers that I have here, this is verbena. We tried to grow this in the past, just haven't had a whole lot of luck. It is a deer resistant plant and blooms. The deer will not disturb these, try to eat them. So we're going to take this and transplant it into a bigger pot and put it out into our garden. This here is lantana. This is one of my mom's favorites, so we went ahead and picked one of those up. I've never tried to grow that before, but we've got a custom built flower pot for her, and we're going to put this in her for Mother's Day. So don't tell her, keep quiet about that. Make sure you get your mama something for Mother's Day. But yeah, that's what we're doing today, fertilizing our seedlings. I appreciate you joining us here on this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care.